Hello, everyone. Muy buenas tardes. So today we're gonna have the show in Spanglish, en español y en inglés, but mainly it's gonna be in English. So today we have one of our guest speaker, Jeremiah Flores. Hey Jay, how you doing?
Hi, good. Thank you, everyone. How are you?
Good, good. Thank God.
Qué bueno, qué bueno. I'm happy to be
You're
here.
freezing
Happy to
out a
share
little
all the
bit on
good
the
stuff.
image.
Sorry?
I'm glad to hear, man. You're freezing. You image is frozen a little bit.
It's getting a little bit spotty. I'm not sure why.
Okay, perfect. I can see you better now.
Okay. Wonderful, wonderful. Happy to be here. Thank you.
Same here. Okay, so we have a great topic today. So it's regarding down payment assisting program. So I know it's over 2,600 programs available for first-time home buyers or down payment assistance in the United States. But today we can have one of the hottest programs that we have right now. It's just kind of new to the market, and it's specifically for the whole state of California. Correct?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay, perfect. But before we jump to the main subject of today, so let us know a little bit more about yourself. How long have you been doing loans? What is your especialidad?
Wonderful. Thank you, Edwin. So I've been doing mortgages now for close to 24 years. This coming up November will be my 24th year in the industry. Been specializing
Woo!
in all types. I know, right? I think the grades kind of give my resume a little bit of validity, right?
Hey, that's the reason
So
you put a hat, right? So they don't see you canas on that en la cabecita de algodón. I'm gonna call you cabecita de algodón, man.
Uh, yeah, actually, I was playing golf earlier this morning, so sorry about that, folks. But yes,
No worries.
24 plus years in my industry, a lot of experience, know how to structure files. More importantly, I can say that I can put a puzzle together of any type of loan, and I'll figure out a way if there's a major challenge that may not prevent us from being able to qualify traditionally. I'll figure out a way and present better options for the client. So
Oh,
just I like to think outside the box. And
well,
also
that's
bilingual in Spanish, like Edwin said.
Hey, if the client speaks Mandarin, we're gonna speak Mandarin for the client. The good thing nowadays, we can use Google and it can translate, and we're able to help another family.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll figure out a way. That's never to worry.
That's true. Well, I didn't introduce myself, so my name is Edwin Rivera. I'm the team leader of Millennial Vultures with a team in Southern California. If it's your first time tuning in, either YouTube. TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram, welcome to the channel. So every Thursday we speak about real estate and the hottest topic that are available. Okay, so now before we go to the main program, so you can give us the insight, the benefit, and everything else. So it's a lot of happening on loans.
Yes.
Last year we were hearing a lot of noise that rates are gonna go down. This year. 2026 rates will go down. Okay, because we have a
Right.
new chairman now on the Federal Reserve. But things happening in the Middle East. Gas is going up, inflation is going up as well because of everything that is happening. We thought we had a peace deal. Now we is back to war. But what exactly is happening with the interest rate? What is happening with the loans right now, Jeremiah? Or more than anything, what can we predict is going to be happening in the next few months?
Great question. So obviously, with the whole situation of the war with Iran, that's pushing out the actual drop of inflation and also dropping the interest rate. So it's putting us a little bit further out throughout the year than what we originally anticipated. Everybody was talking about at least by end of May, beginning of June, we're supposed to be seeing at least a 0.25% uh, of a drop in interest rates because of the extension of the war. That's not exactly happening. We're seeing the market dip up and down a little, but not by much. But more importantly, what we're going to see probably into the third and fourth quarter is, I would say, another possible quarter to 0.5%. And then more importantly, and through next year, that's when we're going to see a little bit more of an aggressive drop closer towards 0.75 to about 1% less in rate. So everybody that's still buying today, it's still a good time to buy. The reason why we always preach that and say that is because of the fact that when rates drop, then you get a flood of new buyers coming back into the market. So you want to beat out the competition, buy when you can, and then when opportunity presents itself to refinance, we will help you through that process. Absolutely. Through our services, we always dedicate our following up with our clients, making sure that if we can help them save in money in the next 6 to 12 months, 18 months down the way as well, we will absolutely do that for them. So please don't hinder of wanting to get qualified, wanting to start the process, even buying. The timing of real estate is all about timing. So don't let the interest rate scare you for now.
And that's true, And something I like about the rates, I will tell you this: it has been for the first 6 months of the year. We're going to the 7th month already, so we already passed the middle of the year. Okay, but it has been stable. Okay, we've been either high fives, low six, approximately,
Mhm.
depending on the FICO score, of course. But we've been kind of stable. It hasn't been a drastic change. Like I remember 2023, 2024 with like 8, 7, 8, 7. It was, and for people that are buying a house, that's kind of difficult because you have an approval letter based on a specific rate. You go out, shop for a house, 3, 4 months pass by, and then, like, you finally find the house and probably the rate increase, and now you don't qualify for the house. So in a way now, at least it's kind of stable. It's more like I would say like a flat line, but hopefully it goes down, for everyone who's looking to buy a home or anyone who already purchased a house, they're going to be able to refinance and more than anything, lower the monthly payment. Okay. So yeah, so let's see what happens. There's nothing we can do. The only thing we can do right now is if you need a roof on top of your head, and you want to either, you have two options: or you pay someone else's house or you pay your own house, and there's
Correct.
many programs that will help you, and one of them we're going to talk about it today. So we were speaking a few days ago, Jeremiah, and you mentioned, hey Edwin, you know what, tell the whole team we have a new program that can help a family up to 45,000 in money, and a
That's
portion of
correct.
that you mentioned is, I will say it, free money, because grant is eventually that will be forgivable. So
Mhm.
give us the insight of this program. I want to hear more. So I want everyone who's looking at this video, they can, they're able to see that it's an opportunity to become a homeowner with
Yeah.
almost nothing out of pocket, especially because of this program.
That's correct. Wonderful. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate that. So basically, this new program is a grant, but like most lenders have grant programs, they're either going to be that the property has to be owner occupied for the next either 3 to 5 years in order for the grant to be taken off of title. The difference between our grant is that after 6 months, 6 months, okay, after six payments, on time payments, that grant for your down payment is going to not ever fall off a title because we're never going to record it. We're going to have the actual instrument of the note, but it's not going to be recorded unless the borrower does not make their payments on time for the first 6 months. But once the client makes their payment on time for the first 6 months after purchase, the grant second note disappears. Okay. So basically, like Edwin's saying, it is free money, it's grant money, it's associated for people that can qualify. And more importantly, it's to get your foot in the door. Okay. That's going to cover your 3.5% if you're buying with FHA purchase, or 3% for conventional if you have to go that option. The reason why sometimes clients choose conventional over FHA is if they're buying a condo, that's the number one type of financing that's happening right now, unless you're buying all cash. But condos, the majority of condo complexes are not currently FHA approved. I can still do a FHA spot approval to get you the better financing of FHA. But if the condo just does not meet the requirements of spot approvals, we can do conventional down payment assistance for this grant. So that's a great option for those type of clients. So the
Okay.
3.5% is going to go based off the sales price. So if somebody is buying for LA County, the max loan limit of 1,249,125, you can buy with 3.5%, which basically equals just shy of 45,000. So the 3.5% is a grant. After 6 payments made on time, the
Wow.
grant goes away. So it's a great way to get into a property with no money for down payment. Now, the grant does still require the borrower to come in with their own closing costs, or if negotiable, it can be paid by the seller. So again, it's almost like saying no money out of pocket, depending on the negotiation tactic of the seller's contribution. So this is a great way to get into
Wow.
the door without having to repay back this money.
Okay, so 6 months, 6 payments. That's all they need. Make 6 payments, and that money is forgivable. Technically, 40 up to
Yes,
$45,000. Not a portion,
yes,
all of it.
all of it. Not a
Wow.
portion of it, but all of it.
Now,
Yeah.
na- okay. Next questions. In who qualify for this program? What are the requirements? Is minimum FICO score?
Mhm.
There's specific cities that qualify for the program. What do you have do you need a max that has a maximum income? A lot of programs say, hey, if you make more than 80,000, you don't qualify for this program. What are exactly the requirements for this program?
That's correct. Okay, wonderful. So the minimum requirements are going to be for FICO score. It's going to be for FHA. It's going to be 640 and above. If you're buying with conventional, it's 680 and
Okay.
above. Okay, for the grant program. Also, when it comes to income qualification restrictions, a lot of these down payment assistance programs, like the very popular one that's been around since the 70s, CalHFA, it does require you to be within the medium income household per county. So it really just depends on the county you're buying in. But with our program, we go up to 160% of the average medium income. And then to get the better interest rate. But if you go above the 160 AMI, which is called the average medium income, then you still qualify. There's a small hit to the rate, but not by much. But basically, that basically says that there is no income restrictions for our program for the grant. So that's a huge plus for those families. Sometimes there are clients that sometimes just within the household don't income qualify. You can add co-borrowers to income qualify. So again, adding co-borrowers, even non-occupant co-borrowers, will not disqualify you because of the income restrictions that other programs have. So this is basically a win-win situation for a lot of buyers. Now, do you have to be 100% first-time buyer? No, you do not. You can be a repurchase buyer, meaning you're selling a property and concurrently buying another one and qualify for this program. If you've never owned, as long as you haven't had your name on title for the last 3 years on somebody else's property, you are considered a first time buyer again. So there's plenty of ways
Okay, so
at. Mhm. Sorry, go ahead.
hold on. Sorry to interrupt you. It's a lot of good information right now. So technically, you're telling me if someone owns a house, they want to
Mhm.
sell it because they have a two-bedroom home, they want to buy a bigger house, they can use this grant. So whatever
Correct.
equity they can put it in their pocket, and they can use the program, the 45 up to 45,000 to buy the next home.
That's correct. That is correct.
And what about co-signer? Let's say, for example,
Mhm.
uh, like it's gonna be someone and their parents, but the parents already own a house. Can they add a non-occupant co-signer?
Yes, they can. Yes. So that's a
So at
huge
least
benefit.
one person.
Yes, at least one person has to be the primary owner on the mortgage for the application. So again, huge
Okay.
benefits,
Wow. Wow.
just a lot of different angles and approaches that we can qualify these buyers out there that think that they have to save up hundreds of thousands of dollars or even tens of thousands of dollars. Not necessarily. With these programs, we can get your foot in the door with practically almost no money out of pocket. Down payment is covered. Closing costs is another topic, but of course, if we're able to get the seller to contribute either all or a portion, you're literally coming in with only a few $1,000s. But again, the biggest benefit to this program is it's a grant. meaning it is forgivable. You don't have to repay it back. That's huge. That's huge. For a lot of other clients that maybe want to look at other aspects of down payment assistance, we have all spectrum across the board. I have my own in-house DPA, down payment assistance programs, that don't require a maximum debt to income ratio, income restrictions, first-time buyer. You can layer, like we talked about, add co-borrowers or non-occupant co-borrowers. So there's a lot of options that we can present for the client. The biggest hurdle that I'm sure that Edwin and a lot of us clients think of is getting yourself the foot in the door. Get a hold of Edwin, get a hold of myself. We will set up a free consultation. We will basically map out a game plan for you with all the options you can qualify for, and then we will present the pros and cons, because every type of mortgage product or every mortgage loan has sometimes pros and cons. They will weigh each other out, but based on the client's scenario, we will present the best options, and then of course lay out all the options for them as well.
And yes, wow. So a lot of information, Jeremiah. Hopefully everyone's taking notes right now. And by the way, okay, so now can they buy it in any city of California? Is it specific only for LA County, Orange County, Riverside County? Can they buy anywhere?
All of California, all of California. Yeah. So it's
Perfect.
not
All
it's
California.
not
Now,
county zoned. It's not restricted by any type of cities. Anywhere in California. And then of course we have other down payment assistance programs that can go across the states. But when we're talking about California for this specific grant, it's all of California.
okay, perfect. Now it can be any house, can be a condominium, can be a house. The question is, can be a duplex or only houses and condominiums and townhomes?
Great question. Okay, so the category of properties that you can buy are going to be townhomes, condos, PUDs, which is a planned urban development. It looks like a house, but it's within an HOA community. It could be a single family residence. It could be, get ready for this, it could be a duplex, triplex, or fourplex. Only for FHA qualifications, though, can it be 1 through 4 units. When it comes to the conventional, it's going to be traditional townhomes, condos, PUDs, or SFRs, single family residence. So again, we can really categorize or specifically customize this qualifications for your specific needs, because not every family needs a single family residence. Maybe they need a duplex because they're combining, now living with their parents or adopting their parents to live with them. So now they need their own separate spaces or quarters, but they want to live within the same household. So we can basically map out a specific game plan for those type of families as well. So great
And that's
incentives for all types of properties and clients as well.
and absolutely truth. Now, something I like about this type of programs is the lower upfront costs, you know, because
Mhm.
a lot of families nowadays they rent a two-bedroom apartment for almost 2,800, 3,200,
Yeah,
you know,
expensive.
and they're renting, you know, you're paying someone else's house, you know, the one getting the benefit is the owner of that specific property or complex. Okay. And these programs allow people to become homeowners, to buy something for themselves, for something for their family, something for the future, you know. And it's true nowadays, today's generation, they don't save a lot of money like back then, you know. Our
True.
parents, you know, they used to save a lot of money. They didn't used to spend a lot of money the way we spend today, you know. Or we want to go instead of eat just to go eat tacos. Now you want to go to the fancy restaurant so you can take the best photo of the plate, you know. But
True.
you still pay high rents. And with these programs, it will allow you to go in with a lower upfront cost, meaning you don't need a lot of money saved. You don't need 40, 50,000 in your bank account or save for the next 3 years. You can apply this program and you can become homeowner in the next few months. So it's a huge benefits, you know. Second is free money because there's a lot of programs, you know, and we work with multiple programs, but there's a lot of programs,
Mhm.
grants, micro HELOCs, etc., that they give you the money for the down payment. Those are great too. I'm not saying they're bad, but you have to pay them back either when you sell the house, either second payment, you know. But this one, you don't have a second payment. it is free money after 6 months. So that's a
That's correct.
huge benefit. There's not a lot of grants money. Even there's a great program out. The name is Dream for All. They give you 20% equity. I'm sorry, 20% down payment assistance. It is an amazing program. I will tell you that, but you have to pay back the money. This one, you don't have to pay back the money. So it is amazing that you're able to um, use that leverage in order to become homeowner. And then the last option is you have more options. Let's say you have down payment. Let's say you have the closing costs. But let's say you want to buy a home that it needs some work. It needs a brand new kitchen, needs flooring, needs paints, something that make it more a home for you. But if you put everything for the down payment, you put everything for the closing costs, you don't have nothing left. You don't have reserve. So if you use this program, you're gonna be able to buy your home. You can have use that money for the down payment and your personal money. Now you can remodel what you need in the house to make it your house. Who knows? Probably you want to add an ADU. You can use your money for doing an ADU on the house. So you have multiple options because of this amazing program.
So
Correct,
true, Edwin.
Jeremiah?
Very true. Very true. Well put. Yeah. So, I
So yeah,
mean, more than
so again,
anything,
go ahead.
oh, sorry about that. More than anything, like we
No,
talked
no, dale,
about,
dale.
I know that this information is coming at you very quickly, but more importantly, it's as easy as reaching out to Edwin or myself, either through DM, text, call, or email. Please, we're more than happy to send information, educate through the process of giving you the best options available based on your circumstances, because not every client is the same scenario. So that's why we have to figure out what will be the best options for that specific family or that specific individual, because we want to make sure that we present the best options and the best terms available for their situation on a purchase or refinance as well.
And that is correct. So a quick recap of today's conversation. So it's a 45,000 up to 45,000 grand program, free money after forgivable after 6 months. You don't have 3 years. You can sell the house in the month seven if you want. You can
That's
refinance
correct.
if you want if the rate drops. So that's a huge benefit. So it's a 45 up to 45,000 grant money. You have to be a first time home buyer. It has to be your main resident. You cannot use it for investment property, and you don't need to have the best FICO score. You can have a low FICO score as 640, and you can utilize this program. Okay. So if you want more information, just call the number on the screen right now. I feel like cuando the donation plays, call the number on the screen, and you can
I
save it.
know, right?
No,
We're waiting for
send
your
us a
calls.
message. We can help you with that. Start the process. I can connect you with your exactly. There you go. But no, this program can help many families buy a house. I trust me when I tell you this. It is a great program, and I know a lot of families can benefit from this program. Okay, so it's available. It's active. You can buy anywhere. If you want to buy in San Diego, use it. If you want to buy in Victorville, Downey, anywhere you want to buy in California, this is a great program to use. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate your time today for all the good information you provide to all the clients today, all the people watching, everyone who's probably in the edge, should I buy a house? Yes. If you know when, Jeremiah, when is the best time to buy a house? When you feel ready.
That's
Don't try
100%
to
correct.
time the market
Yeah,
because you're always going to lose. Don't time the market. If you feel ready, you feel comfortable economically, you feel you can make the payment, and you have the money or you have the resources like this program to buy a house, buy it. No matter what, you always going to need a roof on top of your head. So might as well make sure it's yours as soon as possible.
100% correct. Good advice, Edwin. Very good advice. As we've helped hundreds of families over the years, the worst the worst stories we ever hear from clients when we've met them either months back or years back, when they come back, they say, we should have pulled the trigger. We should have bought 2 years ago, a year ago, 5 years ago. Because at the end of the day, inflation goes up, so does rent. But if you're a homeowner, guess what? The thing that goes up is your equity. So make sure to give us a call as soon as you can. We'll set up a game plan for you. And trust us, We have a ton of experience, so we're here to only guide everybody with full transparency and honest information. So give us a call.
Sounds good. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next Thursday. Time to enjoy my cafecito. I need it because I need to go to a house right now to East LA. It's a duplex for a family, so a trabajar.
Qué bueno. Nos vemos.